When someone invests savings in FD, the purpose is twofold. First, the safety of investments, so that money is available in times of need, providing much required liquidity. And second is the good enough return to cover for inflation, so that one doesn't lose value of invested amount on account of inflation. But you would be surprised to know that FD don't serve any of these purposes. And if you try to correct your mistake, you need to pay penalty in the form of premature withdrawal penalties. And of course, as we had explained in earlier video, link of which is given in comments. FD are not tax efficient, and hence offer very low post-tax returns. Since this is against the conventional wisdom of ages, you must be wondering, why so? There are two very important factors that are very less talked about. First, inflation versus post-tax FD returns. 70% of the time, FD returns don't even cover for the prevailing inflation, resulting in loss of value of invested money. However, second factor is more fascinating. Unlike equity markets, debt markets are easy to predict, and hence, this allows you the opportunity to earn, in range of large cap equity funds. While in FD, your money lies in frozen state. How the debt market's prediction is possible? Because, Reserve Bank of India, through its Monetary Policy Committee, provides projections of inflation and future interest rates in its bi-monthly policy commentary. This provides the policy stance and interest rate direction in future. There can be three scenarios. First, rising interest rates. Second, falling interest rates. And third, no change in rates. After falling interest rate cycle of almost 8 years, interest rates are again in rising cycle, due to rising inflation and lowering liquidity. About this we had warned earlier in our video, how to choose debt fund in 2022. Link for video has been provided in comments. Giving the example of current scenario, first let us show how you lose by investing in FD under rising interest rate scenario. These are SBI FD interest rates for varying tenure. Earlier in 2021. And now in October 22nd. First of all, these FD rates have been much lower than prevailing inflation of 7% during this period. And second, if you invested last year in FD for even 2 to 3 year period, you are already losing. And your investments are returning way below prevailing inflation, as well as way below prevailing interest rates of the current year. And if you withdraw for investing in higher interest providing FD of current year, you would end up paying premature withdrawal penalties and other charges, subsequently lowering your returns further. When you will see our video on debt fund, you would find out that how you can invest in debt funds, which are as safe as FD and capture the rising interest rates by selecting appropriate debt funds. Now, let's look at the second scenario of falling interest rates, in which you can earn returns closer to even large cap equity funds. The two with safety of debt funds. But in order to understand that, first let us understand the interest rate sensitivity of debt funds. Mr. Smarty understands economics and follows RBI commentary. When interest rates peaked, he invested 100 rupees in a 2-year FD at 8% interest rate. So he would earn 8 rupees as interest every year on his investment. As he predicted, next year interest rates fell to 7%, yielding only 7 rupees on any new 100 rupees investment. Mr. Dim does not follow economy and RBI commentary. So now, he realized that interest rates are going to fall in future. Hence, he thought of investing 100 rupees in FD. So no, he would get 7 rupees as interest income every year. Suppose, at the same time, if Mr. Smarty needs money for some unexpected expense, or another better investment opportunity available to invest, due to equity market crash. But for this Mr. Smarty will have to prematurely withdraw his FD, losing on that extra 1% return otherwise available. Now let's assume, if it were possible that, Mr. Smarty can sell his FD to Mr. Dim. since Mr. Dim would be getting 7 rupees on his FD, but Mr. Smarty's FD earns 8 rupees on 100 rupees investment. So many people like Mr. Dim would be willing to pay higher, much more than 100 rupees, for Mr. Smarty's FD. Question is, maximum how much they would be willing to pay? 100 रुपए, no. 105 रुपए, no. 110 रुपए, no. They would be willing to pay maximum of 114.3. But how the value of this 100 rupees FD becomes 114.3? This is the result of interest rate sensitivity. 8 rupees as interest income on 114.3 amounts to 7% interest. That's exactly is the prevailing interest rate in the market. So Mr. Smarty's smart decision would have earned him 14% additional return if he were able to sell his FD to someone instead of making premature withdrawal. But this is not possible with FD. And it's exactly what is possible with debt funds. Hence debt funds are much better than FD, since they allow better liquidity as compared to FD, if we account for interest rate sensitivity. So debt funds are not only tax efficient, providing much higher post-tax returns, but also highly efficient in an environment where interest rates are changing. And if you wish to invest wisely and guided by our experts, visit our website beyondfd.com and schedule a free online call with our experts. If you want to keep learning about interesting investing facts, subscribe to our channel Beyond FD Investments.